Alrighty, it's been a while, so I figured I'd do a little update. Here's a sneak peek. Some goodies from Cognito Moto. That is a CNC front hub for GSXR to adapt to spoke wheels to go to a 19-inch front in the stock size front wheel. Pretty trick. And the rear is unassembled. I actually asked them to send them both unassembled because it's fun to put wheels together, but that's all right. The front's put together, I'll do the rear. Again, I believe it's a stock size. I'm putting the stock size tires on. Like I said, the last video, vapor blasted parts are back. This is the rear hub. So that's going to get assembled to that rear wheel. You can see the drive dog, I believe that's called, the splines. They're in pretty good shape. Certainly usable, serviceable, probably 80-90% of teeth on them. But I figured since I'm doing it, I might as well do it right. The used final drive that I purchased, the splines are in really nice shape, so I wanted to put a new drive dog on there to match them. So that's going to go on. Replace that. This looks like a bit of a job. I'm going to drill all those rivets out, and you can use aviation fasteners, which are kind of a automatic rivet system. I think they're called high locks. Seems like a pretty nice way to do it. People seem to get good luck with them. So that's what I'm going to do. This was a gigantic, actually it wasn't difficult, it just took a long time. It was very fiddly. That's the drive shaft. Those teeth here, those are the stakes that they used to put the original U-joint in, to keep it in, pressed in, or retained in. And so those all had to be individually ground out. So I was able to get that done. Same on this. And then it was pretty fiddly getting it out, but I got a new U-joint coming from Germany to replace that. The hard part's definitely going to be getting it apart, so going back together should be a lot easier. And there's the parts, the damping system. It's like a spring and clevis, pretty caveman style, but supposedly it's a nice improvement. And then over here, progress. I got the short block all together. Basically just have to do the top end. Everything went together pretty nicely. This is just blank under here. I still have to put the ignition system in. But the rods, the bearings, everything, it all went together really nice. I got the back end of the engine all together also. Oil pump is in. And new rear seal. All the O-rings are replaced. I got this fancy CycleWorks tool, which worked really nice. This was, I think, 40 bucks, worth every penny. Putting that rear main in it, it made it going nice and easy. Doing that with a hammer or big sockets would be a bit iffy. So sometimes having the right tool is the way to go. And also I got the cylinder heads back from my favorite, one of my favorite machine shops. Aldo's Precision Machine, I believe it's called, down in Highland. Actually, it's only the second time I think I've ever used him, but he does really nice work. And one of the few people that will work on BMW engines. So, blasted. New guides, brand new guides, size to 2/1000ths. He did a really nice job. He did a beautiful job on them. Cut the seats. I checked them just with some lapping compound, and right where they're supposed to be. And he put a nice fresh finish on the decks. I think he said he took 8 thousandths off, which is not much, so shouldn't do much with the compression. And then so yeah, the top end has to go on. I'm just gonna clean up. I have these the top end valve train parts, the rockers and push rods and all that. Clean that stuff up. Clean up the heads, clean up the cylinders, clean everything up really well, and put the jugs on. And then the engine will be just about done after I put the ignition stuff in behind the cover. That's pretty straightforward though. But we've got some fingerprints and stuff on it, but it turned out pretty good looking. I'm going to replace the original hardware. I'm going to get some nice new shiny stuff for that. Whoa.